Theories of ownership. There are two main theories of ownership equities in accounting: proprietary theory and entity theory. Proprietary theory. This theory treats the providers of equity as the owners of business. They own its assets and liabilities. Here is the basic accounting equation based on the proprietary theory. Assets minus liabilities is equal to proprietorship. According to this equation, profit is an increase and loss is a decrease in the value of assets or proprietor. Primary financial statement is the balance sheet, which measures net worth of proprietors, and accounting statements determine the wealth of the proprietor. Entity theory. According to the entity theory, entities are accepted as legal persons, and liability of the shareholders became limited to the extent of its capital. To make the entity theory work, the business firms were allowed to be registered as companies and legal entities. So an equity, like any other person, can own assets, incur liabilities, hire employees, and sue someone and could be sued. Providers of funds, whether shareholders or creditors, are equity holders, and basic accounting equation of entity theory is assets are equal to equities. Gifts by conventional banks on trust deposits. Conventional banks do not pay interest to their current account holders. However, sometimes the conventional banks offer gifts to their current account holders. For example, if you maintain a certain amount in the current account of a conventional bank, the bank may offer you something complimentary, such as a free checkbook or a yearly calendar or a keychain or a cashback offer. Accepting such benefits from a conventional bank is strictly prohibited by Shariah, because income of a conventional bank is generated from Riba money, and Riba is haram. According to the Hadith number 1598 of Sahih Muslim, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, cursed the one who consumes Riba, and the one who pays it, the one who writes it down, and the two who witness it, and he said, they are all the same. Investment deposits in Islamic banks. Investment deposits of Islamic banks are of two major types: restricted investment deposits and unrestricted investment deposits. Restricted investment depositor specifies to the bank the class, type, or category of investment. For example, trade financing, equity investment, mushaka, or mudaba. In case of unrestricted investment depositor, the bank acts as it deems fit, and the bank's participation depends on the mode of investment. For example, in mushaka, the bank shares both profit and loss, and in mudaba, financial loss is passed to the depositors. Treatment of zakat in accounts. There is a controversy in the accounting business related to the treatment of zakat. That is, zakat is a cost and should be shown in the accounts as an expense. However, this view does not fit into the overall scheme of Shariah, because if we show zakat as an expense of the business enterprise, it will reduce profit and thus the value of net assets, and business firms would like to recover the zakat paid by them by adding it into prices as cost. Therefore, zakat should be disclosed in account as distribution of profits. Islamic perspective on theories of ownership. Islamic framework supports the proprietary theory because the entity theory suffers from some incongruities and ultimate ownership of the business is not clear. For example, suppose an entity goes into liquidation. If its assets are more than its liabilities, undisputedly the shareholders will get the benefit. But if assets are not sufficient to pay for its liabilities, then according to entity theory, none settles them. This creates an inequitable position, and according to Islamic teachings, whoever borrows must pay back. So the concept of limited liability does not go along with Shariah principles. Initiative of Islamic banks. In order to manage Shariah-compliant deposits and financing operations, the need for accounting standards emerged. Considering this demand, the Islamic Board prepared draft papers and organized seminars to discuss these papers with the excerpts in Islamic banking, accounting, auditing, and Shariah. The concept of accounting. Accounting for joint companies, businesses, and financial institutions. In joint companies, accounting emerged for sales of shares, mergers, takeover of companies, liquidation, and insolvency. In normal business practices, accounting emerged for debt, loan, taxes, and profit calculations. And in financial institutions, accounting is usually needed for installment sales, branch accounting, holding, subsidiary companies, and similar business practices. Accounting statements of Islamic banks. Before the adoption of AAOIFI standards, it was suggested that Islamic banks should issue the following accounting reports: balance sheet, income statement, statement of sources and uses of funds, statement of Qard al-Hassana fund, statement of sources and uses of Zakat funds, statement of prohibited transactions, statement of investment for safeguarding the environment, statement of investment for propagation of Islamic values, statement compliance with contracts, and statement of commitments and contingencies. Some of these reports can be merged and some can be dispensed. Equity of unrestricted account holders. It refers to funds received by the Islamic bank from depositors, and banks have the right to invest them within the Shariah framework. Value of equity in the balance sheet is equal to amounts deposited plus any profit or loss or withdrawals. Revenue. It is a gross income generated as the result of investment, trading, and services provided by Islamic banks. Expenses. Expenses are a gross decrease in assets or increase in liabilities as the result of investment, trading, and services provided by Islamic banks. Gains and losses. Gains and losses are the net increase or decrease in assets, that is, total assets minus liabilities, as a result of holding assets that appreciate or depreciate their value or legitimate reciprocal, for example, exchange of gifts, and non-reciprocal transfer with owners or holders or unrestricted investment accounts. Return on unrestricted investment accounts. It is the profit or loss in investment of the account holders who participated in financing. It is an allocation of the bank's income or loss, and it is not an expense in the case of profit of the bank, and not revenue in the case of loss of the bank. Distribution to owners. It is the amount of decrease in the owner's equity due to loss to the bank from its operations or from non-reciprocal transfer by the bank to the owners of the assets or services, or assumption or payment by the bank of an obligation of the owners for reducing its equity in the bank. Restricted investments. These are the assets which are acquired by fund provided by holders of restricted investment accounts. However, Islamic Bank does not own these assets and only manages them against a fixed fee or against agreed profit in case of mudaba. In case of loss in restricted investments, the bank does not get anything, and its services are shown as an expense in the income statement. Zakat Fund. Zakat is an obligatory payment on a certain wealth, and Islamic banks have a dual role with regard to this obligation. First role. The Islamic banks collect zakat from the owners, account holders, and employees. Banks can charge a fee for managing the zakat fund, and this fee is considered as the bank's income. The second role. Islamic banks calculate the zakat liability of the owners, which is payable at 2.5% on current cash equivalents of the assets except fixed assets. Fixed assets include land, building, and equipment. If any asset has been leased out, the zakat is payable only on its leased income after deducting any direct expenses or direct taxes. Qard al-Hassana Fund. It consists of revolving funds for extending interest-free loans for a period of time. In some cases, this loan may be forgiven.